Hi everyone, another installment in the ensuite master bedroom build. So we're a couple of days after the weekend, or a few days after the weekend. It's Friday today. So my tile clamps turned up on Tuesday. So but late, so really I couldn't do anything. So Wednesday I got stuck into it, and Thursday I got stuck into it, and for the amount of hours that I'd been working on it, I've been getting an average of about 20 tiles on the wall, which I know doesn't sound much, but you know, there's cuts and other things that you got to take into consideration as well. But yeah, so I figured that if I keep moving at the pace I'm going, it should take me 4 days to have all the walls tiled in here. And then we can start on, well, I can start on the floor then. So I should get it all done before my hand surgery, and that'll be really good. That'll take a huge weight off my shoulders. So I'll give you a look. So obviously down the bottom, I've just removed the clamps because that stuff's been in now for 2 days. So that's been removed. Pretty much all of what you see with the clamps on it was put in yesterday, and I'm quite happy with the way it's turned out. It's a lot better than the other bathroom. Everything is it's just so much better. These are the same tiles, just a different colour, but same tile, and they just seem so different because everything's just laid perfectly now. Everything's flat, so flat. So I'm really happy with where I'm at the moment with it. So the plan for today is I'm going to try and finish off this recess. Unfortunately, this is a cut, but unfortunately the leftover piece isn't quite long enough to come to the end here. So yeah, it's just one of them things. I think I need that to be what do I need that to be? About 110, and I think it comes in at about 95 or something like that. So I don't want to put a really big ass grouting joint in there to use up the scrap tiles. So I'll just use a full tile, and I'll just cut from that. So you know, I'll be able to get 2 cuts out of each tile. And up here, obviously, I've got right around the top, there's going to be a small tile. So same deal, for every 1 tile I'll be able to get 2 cuts out of it. So we'll work our way around, and by the end of it we'll see what we've got left, and then I might have a piece a piece or something that I can put in there to get a start. So yeah, I'm not really worried about putting all the top row in yet, because it's not just a matter of putting the tile in. I've got to put the trim in and all that sort of stuff as well. So I've got to cut all the trims, and yeah, I'd rather just make that a day where I'm working on the edging, and you know, I can set a table up in here and cut all my trims. Same for this. So yeah, I've got to put trim around that obviously, but I've got to get the other tiles in there first. And I've discovered, and I don't know why, because I try and use the principle of measure twice, cut once, but the what are they? 100 by 300s. not going to work the way I suspected they would. They'll work, but I have to cut them. All the cuts turned out really well. Marked all the cuts, and that's all nice. I allowed a little bit more around the perimeter of the taps, just so that, you know, well, you can't adjust it now, but I just wanted to make sure there was a little bit more room, and I wanted to keep these caps on when I laid the tiles so I wouldn't scratch the chrome plating. Now I have had the plates, the backing plates, out a couple of times and put them over, and they're up here. So these holes are the perfect size for these taps, which is really good. Just did a rough cut out around there, which is probably better than the other bathroom. I sort of come up with a different way to work out how to cut it. You can see that probably see that top hole is a little bit offset to the bottom one, but because they're on the edge, you can't actually use the drill bit in the hole saw to center your drill. So you've got your hole saw blade. So what you're going to do is you've got to sort of just freehand it, and you've got to get your blade sort of on a 45-degree angle, and you've got to try and sort of cut into the edge of the tile and get a start on it. And once you've made a groove in there, then you can sort of, because it'll be like that, then what you can do is you can then flatten your blade out and then continue your cut all the way to the bottom of your tile. But it doesn't matter. Again, there's a big ass plate that goes on there. So that one turned out pretty good. You can see here I started on this one. And yeah, it's not too bad. It actually follows the hole in the cement sheet. But yeah, it should have probably have been a little more over here. But I know that whenever you cut a hole in cement sheet, trying to match the tile up to be exactly precise is not always going to work. But as long as you've got clearance around it, which I have, that's all that matters. And as long as you don't make it too big where your cover plate won't hide it, yeah, you're doing it right. So in regards to the tiling, I'll leave it here. There'll probably be some other stuff I might film today and add that into this video. But in order to do that, I've got to make a start. So yeah, till then. Hi everyone, another installment in the master bedroom ensuite build. Haven't done a lot. It doesn't seem like I've done a lot, but I've been working flat out the last couple of days. Anybody that's done tiling knows that, you know, you always have cuts, and cuts tend to take a long time to do. You know, you've got to measure each individual card, and you've got to take it out, cut it, clean up the edges, and come back in, trial fit it. It might not, you know, you might need a mil, 2 mil off it. And it's sort of not an exact science unless you're a qualified tiler, but yeah, you lose, you know, you tend to lose a little bit of time having to do your cuts. So I've spent, so far working on the bathroom, I've spent 6 days on it. I've spent 3 days cutting and 3 days actually laying the tiles. So today was a cutting day, tomorrow will be a laying day. So I'll take you in and I'll show you what I've done today and what I finished off yesterday. So as you can see, hopefully it's not too dark in here, we've pretty much got all this wall finished. So there's a band of, or a row of cuts that need to go right around the entire perimeter of the roof line. There's about 18 or 19 cuts in total, but I've got to measure each of those individually because the roof's so far out of level that you could be looking at, let's just pull a number out of the hat, you could be looking at, say, 115 in the corner, and by the time you get to the end of the tile, it's like 108. So I've got to cater for the roof. So we got this wall done yesterday as well. Very happy with the way this come out. One of the easier cuts. I sort of ballsed it up a bit, but it's not going to make any difference because there's actually like a dress ring that will go around here. I was sort of a little bit off. I don't know why I was off, but I originally drilled the hole out here and it needed to come over a little bit. So this is absolutely perfect. I'm loving this. You won't even know. That was all cut out with an angle grinder. So yeah, pretty hard to cut out a round hole with an angle grinder, but I took my time and I got there, and it's a beautiful fit. It's just enough play around the pipe for adjustment. So yeah, all good. So I also not only cut tiles today, as you can see, I've got tiles to go around the window and above the window. I've got the 2 lots of cuts to go in here, so I've got a 140 cut that'll go all the way up to the top. I've got a 115 that'll go all the way up to the top of the door, and I've made a cut to go over this section of the door, which is just down there. That fits nice. As you can see, I put all the trim in. So that was, having a cut trim today. The top trim's just sitting there at the moment. I haven't screwed it in. It's actually 2 pieces because I only had 1 length of trim left, which is to go up here. To be honest, I didn't want to go and buy another one, and I had enough pieces left over to make up the length I needed, so you won't pick it up there. So yeah, again, I'll be able to get to the same level as these side walls tomorrow, above the window, be coming down the window. All this will be done, and across the top will be done as well. So yeah, pretty happy with things. You can see there was a broken tile. I didn't want to throw it out for the sake of that, because this is actually behind the vanity unit. It will never be seen. Most of the tiles that are behind the vanity unit are there simply to support the vanity, to stop it sliding back into the wall cavity. So it really didn't matter about this. I am going to clean it up a little bit more. As you can see, I've put some tile cement in there, and what I'll do when I make up my next batch is I'll fill this bit and I'll fill this bit in here. The rest of it can be grouted. I wasn't particularly worried. You can see here it's pretty tight, but as I said, it's not seen, so it didn't matter. As long as I had something firm there, that's all that mattered. So rather than waste it, I've used it. But yeah, all the cuts that went around the outlets for the shower roses, that's the little backing plate, covers the hole beautifully, and it's the same on this side too, guys. So I haven't got the plate on that one. I've just been using the one plate and swapping them over just to check things. I'm guessing that tomorrow I'll probably only get done here what I've pointed out. I probably won't get this recess area done here. These are done in a different tile. They're done in those grey 300 by 100 tiles. So if I get them done, fantastic. If I don't, they'll get done when all those top tiles get done up there along the border. So we are getting close. We're getting very close now, and I'll tell you, I'll be happy to see it finished. I'm now racing against the clock. It's, what is it today? The 7th or the 7th or something like that. And I've got to have my hand surgery on the 12th. So I basically have the rest of this week left and the weekend, and then that's it. Whatever I get up to, that's where things will stop until I have recovered somewhat, and then we'll pick up from there and try and get this finished before the 7th of December, before my brother gets back out here from England. And yeah, hopefully we will get it finished. Not like last time, it was finished the night before they landed, so shower screen went in the night before they landed. So I'm hoping to have a little bit more time up my sleeve this time round. And yeah, so I'll leave it here for now, and pick up on the vid when I start laying the tiles.